Hello, listeners. Welcome to Employees Be Damned, the D&D actual play podcast brought to you by Brain Adventures. Employees Be Damned is a story about a group of ordinary mall employees who clock in one day to find their workplace has descended into the 9 hells, and they must now serve devilish customers while trying to find a way to escape their literal hell jobs. Let's meet our imprisoned employees.
Hi, I'm Logan Arneson, and I play Whitney Gemstone, a blue gem kobold rogue and driven businesswoman. I work at what is now Jailer's Gems and enjoy the intellectual side of life.
Hi, I'm Lex Phillips. I will be playing Tamsin McCrae, the freshly re-orphaned Tabaxi Tiefling, assistant manager of Hell Topic.
Hi, I'm Mikey, and I play Direct. He's a kind-hearted half-orc who left his tribe of fighters to work at the mall, a hellhound on a stick.
Hi, I'm Ellie Webster, and I'm playing Lucian Josselstave, an overconfident Leonin bard working as the mall Satan.
And I'm Izzy Rebels, the Dungeon Master for Employees Be Damned. And now, without further ado, what is it? I always forget.
Ado.
You said it.
And now, without further ado, Employees Be Damned. Last time on Employees Be Damned, nearly a year after descending into hell, our imprisoned employees are still struggling to find hope that they'll one day escape their infernal employment. But when they defeat a rude customer, they are then taken to meet Pervious Pennypincher, the owner of the mall who threatens to incinerate their souls in hellfire. However, Whitney Gemstone recognizes one of the soul gems is empty, thus making one of our imprisoned employees untouchable. As these new, unlikely allies conspire their escape, Putrid, a newly liberated imp, appears with a key to help them, but when Chain Devil guards arrive to kill the imp, our imprisoned employees must team up to protect Putrid at any cost necessary. Lucian and Putrid have now just found themselves maybe 20 feet away from the elevator that has opened its doors to a total of 6 Chain Devil guards ready and willing to find and destroy Putrid. Putrid, the imp, right there, within their grasp, almost literally. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to essentially run, it's not exactly a combat because there won't be a lot of rolling and stuff, I don't think, but we are going to keep things pretty turn-based. We'll obviously be starting with Lucian and Putrid, who is straight up, Putrid's oh no!
Is Putrid still visible?
Yeah, Putrid is still visible. So Putrid is going to just start flying away. And he's like, come on, Sadie, we have to get away. And just flies straight down as far as he can.
What kind of devil is the barbed devil? What level are they at?
Chain Devils?
Yeah, Chain Devils, sorry, not barbed devils.
I think you would know this, and I mentioned it earlier. Chain Devils are lesser devils.
Incredible. I'm going to say, gentlemen, are you looking for the imp that has supposedly apprehended the head officers?
They don't respond.
It went that way, and I'm gonna roll a deception check, and I've got advantage.
Yes!
Period.
The Mall Satan costume gives Lucian advantage on deception and performance checks against lesser devils. Because lesser devils are just super enamored by Mall Satan.
Oh my goodness. I'm not rolling well, so that's only... okay, it's a 16.
Only 16? Alright, I'm gonna do an opposing roll, just a group roll for all of them.
What is the intelligence check on that?
This is gonna be an insight, and it is a 14.
Oh my god!
Fuck yes!
So the Chain Devils are going to run in the direction that you pointed them to, which is straight up, because you're just out of the elevator, this is pretty, narrow hall, there's no, diverging paths here. So you point into, a Bath and Body Works. And so they just rush in there.
You mean a Bath and Bloody Works?
Yes!
Yeah.
I was sitting there trying to think of a good pun.
They run
yeah.
into the Bath and Bloody Works.
The body works of it's just spare limbs.
Yes.
Wrath of Body Works was what I was going
Bath
for.
of Body
Body
Works.
Works.
That's the one.
Yes!
Yeah.
They run into a Bath of Body
It's just a large tub.
Just a large, limmy tub.
Yeah.
It's just like
the
hanging
clawfoot
like
tub actually
body
has
pieces.
feet and it walks around the store.
Oh no!
Yes!
It's like
That's the one.
human feet, not like claw.
No!
Mhm. That's the one. That's the one.
Ew.
Okay.
I'm glad I work at the store
So yeah,
I work
they
at.
rush into there.
Yeah.
They rush into there, and you all see them like they go ham in this tub, and some of them like unzip their BDSM masks and start like drinking at the blood, trying to find something in it. And one of them pops their head up, and they have like a full like giant bandage in their.
Oh.
No, gross.
Okay.
We're gonna have to put content warning all over this episode.
Yeah, all
baby.
over this season. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Truly.
So anyway,
We
so
are in
Putrid goes
literal
flying
hell.
down. You have the clear, Lucian, so you're good. The chain devils are no longer paying you any attention. But Putrid is still flying away.
I'm following after
Okay.
Putrid.
Cool. So Putrid's going that way. One thing I didn't disclose: Putrid still has the key.
You didn't give it to me?
You know, it all happened so fast. It was so emotional. So yeah, Putrid still has the key, and he
It
is
all happened
at
very
least
fast.
like 60, if not more feet ahead of you, because he's booking it at this point. Tamsin, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Alright, that's fine. I can do that. Dexterity or acrobatics?
Dexterity saving throw. Sure.
It's fine. I still have a +6 to dexterity. Oh, fuck you. Yes. That's an 18 plus 6. I don't do math. I'm gay.
24.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, Tamsin. So you go ahead then with a 24, are able to get out of the way as the gate goes down super fast and is about to crush you. You're able to get out into the mall corridor, so you're not trapped inside the helltop.
Did I get out with at least one stuffed animal for direct?
With a 24 dexterity, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You can have like at least 2, honestly.
Hey,
Yes,
I'm totally
okay.
visualizing. Do you know those like squishmallows?
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
that's exactly
Yeah,
it.
That's
Oh my
also
God.
the round.
Mhm.
She is only able to grab like 2 of the like 4 that she was gonna let him pick from, and one is a fat bumblebee with like full wings, and then the other one is a fat unicorn with stubby little legs, and so she like grabs these and with her like feline agility just jumps out from behind the counter and rolls underneath the gate before it shuts.
All right, and then I'll also say, let's say the bee one is also a backpack, so you can put the stuffed unicorn in the bee, and that way you have your hands free.
It's like a unicorn wearing a bee costume.
Right, like the unicorn's head is popping out of the bee backpack, and she like puts this on like begrudgingly because it does not match her aesthetic, but she's like, it's fine. Like, it's just easier. Is Putrid within her line of sight?
I'm gonna say yes, but we're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
Direct, I also need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, that's 0 to dex.
Oh, that's better than a negative.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20.
Yes!
Fuck you!
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So, jeez, fuck. With a nat 20, we're gonna say we're gonna backtrack a bit. So, Direct, you are going to pass Sylvana's kiosk. You don't pay her any mind on your way back to Hellhound on a stick, but you feel ever so slightly the tiniest little twinge of what feels like your heart exploding, but like in a good way. And so you stop. You've already passed Sylvana by at least 15 feet. Hellhound on a stick is in sight, but you know that this heart feeling that you get, this emotion, is not about Hellhound on a stick. You don't know what it's about, but you feel something. And you stop full dead in your tracks. And you take a few steps back. And then that's when the announcement goes off, the alarms, all of that. You're not even facing Sylvana yet. You've just stopped. You hear all the alarms. What are you doing now?
I think instinctively, like, the first person he's gonna look for is Tamsin, because that was, like, who he was engaged with and, like, who was nice to him. So I think as soon as it starts happening, he turns, and that's, like, his focus is trying to see, like, where Tamsin is.
And then you will see Tamsin, literally, like, 4 seconds later, Tamsin jumps out with 2 big ol', like, squishy toys. And you see Tamsin, and she's, 60 feet away from you.
Then I just start running towards Tamsin.
full dash action.
Yeah, take a dash action.
All right, so you get.
Slow motion.
So you run at each other. Yeah, you run towards each other, and Sylvana, may I remind you, is kind of on the between where you two are. So Sylvana is in a kiosk right between the Hell Topic and the food court. So she sees both of you run towards each other in like this happy, beautiful embrace after this alarm went off that's like very scary. And Sylvana, neither of you even noticed, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. So Tams is just, hey, big guy, you okay?
I heard the alarm go off, and I just wanted to make sure my friend was okay.
Oh, God.
Just literally last episode said, I have no friends.
I have no friends!
Yeah.
And Tams is like, huh? And like, it's this like a little bit of a heart swell, but also this like dagger of grief that she's just not showing because she's very practiced about like hiding the way she really feels being a foster kitten. And so she's just like, oh. And she kind of like reaches back and like grabs the unicorn out of the bumblebee and like hands it to him and is like, okay, I want you to hold this. If you feel scared, like this will help you, okay? And if she's gonna like, we need to find this imp because he could be the key to us getting out of here.
Okay.
Direct, I need you to make a insight check with advantage.
Okay. I'm gonna need that advantage with the -1 to insight. That's an 8 minus 1 is 7. Oh no!
Oh,
all right.
man.
So with a 7, you happily take the unicorn plushie, and just in like the corner of your eye, you see Sylvana, who you don't really know who that is. But you see this person, and you see just ever so slightly the tiniest little tear in her eye. And then she quickly turns away. And you don't really it's not something that really registered. You saw it happen. You literally saw it happen, and that was it. You don't care. It was just something that happened.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Behind both of you, Putrid goes flying, is like searching around frantically. There's one place in the mall in this particular area that does not have a gate, so the gate can't close. There's no way for this place to be closed. It is what is called the Little Devil's Playground. It's the kids area just outside the food court.
Oh my god.
Putrid dashes into there. No brakes at all. Full sprint or full flying sprint into there. You see that, and Lucian, you see that. Whitney, to you. You're looking at your blueprints, your different names, all of this, you're getting stuff done. The alarm goes off. There's no way you're gonna have time to get out.
I'm in the back office.
Yeah. So, but you know what just happened. Gates and everything are locked from like the outsides. It's like it's not something that you could like undo. However, what you are aware of is all of the little secret passageways, all of the little secret nooks and crannies in order to get you out of a sticky situation in this mall. So, if you would like to get out, that is how you're going to have to do it. But first, is there anything you need to take care of here while you've got all your equipment on hand?
I think Whitney hears the thing about the key and it's like, final piece of the puzzle. That's what I need. Whitney is going to go change out of her pantsuit into her thief's clothes. Jet black, skin tight, like
Catsuit.
gloves. The one glove she goes to put on, she's like, oh, no.
No!
Throws the glove, and then loads like this little like backpack full of bunch of paperwork and stuff, and like codes and things that she'll need. And then she moves a panel away from the wall for the secret passage that she like cut into the wall to get into like in between walls, and then she slips out.
Cool, so you go and do that, and then I'm going to need you to make an investigation check so you can figure out kind of like where you're going through here. And you already have advantage on this, so.
Don't need it, nat 20.
Yeah!
Fuck yeah!
What?
I know the small better than the lack of my hand.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say the
The
lack
lack
of
my hand?
Aw.
Yeah. I know better than the lack of my hand, which I'm very aware of.
Well, with a nat 20, you get the best things. See, nat 1s are bad, but nat 20s are also very good. I try to, like,
I
balance
get my hand back?
Just a perpetual mage hand.
Actually, you know
Oh my
what?
god.
You know what, Whitney?
What?
So you go through like the perfect route, and this is based purely off of luck because it's a nat 20. That's also just luck. So based purely off of luck and nothing else. You take the correct path. You just have like kind of an inkling and be like, this is where I should go. I'm almost sure this is where like the key is going to end up. So you head to the Little Devil's Playground. Your secret panel brings you into a claw machine, and the claw of the claw machine makes the perfect replacement for your hand.
Yes. Whitney totally snatches that claw and like locks it onto the wrist and like uses the laser to like fuse it with her gem skin and the metal. Boom. And that's like
gonna look dope as hell.
You like biting down on anything so you aren't like screeching from the cauterization that's happening.
Oh my god.
The
There's some
nat
stuff-
20, she feels no pain.
True.
it's like there's something
Nothing.
about
This is
Whitney that you guys don't know, and she's fully aware of pain.
Oh my
So
god.
you've got yourself a new ass hand. Y'all getting some cool shit right now, I'm gonna tell you. So Whitney, you are in there. You're totally fine. Putrid goes flying in. Whitney's already in there. Who is, I think, Durek and Tamsin are actually closer to Putrid now than Lucian would be. But you all see each other. The three of you see each other. Whitney, nobody has seen them yet. But you all see Putrid fly into the Little Devil's Playground. What do you do?
So Tamsin's going to she obviously like watched the imp like fly past and was like, okay. And she's gonna turn to Derek and Durek and she's gonna say, okay, Durek, I need you to go in there, guard that imp. I'm going to be out here as a distraction. And she as part of her Tools of Kensei, she has a flute. And so she's going to take the bumblebee bag off and start playing the flute as if she's a busker in the mall to kind of to draw attention away from the Little Devil's Playground. And so like if they need direction, they'll go to her because obviously she would have seen where the imp went. So like she's just going to be playing her flute.
Sweet. Okay, so go ahead and give me a performance check, and then we'll add your proficiency bonus to this too.
Okay, so that's a 16, and then my proficiency bonus is 2.
So an 18.
Plus 2. Yeah, that's an 18.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna sit on that for a second. Durek, what are you doing?
Durek is going to just like, he handles being given direction very well. I mean, he was kind of raised in that kind of soldier mindset, right? So if someone that he sees as an authority figure gives him a direction, like, he's gonna do it. So he just goes, okay. And you see him kind of like really closely hug the unicorn plushie to him as he starts to head off towards the little kid area.
Mm-hmm.
Not her being your friend and authority.
So one thing to know about this environment is it's dark in here. This is kind of like, because the mall has like fully shut down, like the lights and stuff in certain areas, other than like the main corridors for the devil customers to get to safety or whatever, everything else is really dark. So it's gotten full dark in here. And there's like various, like the lights from like the claw machines and the other like, arcade games and stuff that you'd see in like a kids play area are lighting up the server. But it's kind of like dim light in here basically. So with dark vision, you're totally fine though. But you do see Putrid continuing flying straight into like the deepest depths of the child area. And you see chain devil guards are in here as well. And they notice Putrid fly by and they immediately pursue. So you're going to see that, Durek. Next up, Lucian, what are you doing?
Oh gosh. Oh, I don't know now. I think I'm gonna keep running in. I'm gonna follow Putrid, and I'm gonna call ahead to the chain guards. I'm gonna say, "Halt! Satan here. I need to. This is
Satan here. This is an email.
Hi, it's Satan here.
Oh my god. Okay. Just go ahead and make your deception or perform whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, he's oh no. Okay, I'm not rolling well today.
Did you roll with it? Don't you get advantage on it?
I did
though?
get advantage, and I rolled a 2 and a 3, so that's a 10.
Ooh, I already
They
rolled.
really
I
make
rolled
it that
better
far
than
in the
that.
sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 17 on their insight, so they are not. We're just gonna say they like didn't notice you or something, and so they're just too focused on Putrid. But you are in the Devil's Play area now, and you're going to pursue Putrid. So you're going to be just behind Durek. Tamsin, you're outside, and you're gonna see at least 20 Chain Devil guards coming from various directions, all headed this way. We're gonna see how well your performance really is. You got an 18, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Like she's out here doing some Lizzo bullshit on this.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Like
Okay.
fully just like quick fingering, like very like aggressively playing this flute, but like it's still pretty, but like it's very that.
Oof. I rolled for their defense against this. I got a natural 1.
Yes!
Yes!
They all die.
Being mesmerized by the Lizzo
They're
flute.
just like the playing is like so fire that they literally burst into flames.
They literally die. They literally just leave behind their BDSM mask. And they're gone. The music is too satisfying to the ear. It doesn't make sense to them as devils. They're like, whoa, we should be like in a constant state of anguish and agony. And like that music makes me feel delighted. I hate it. I'm dying, literally. Boom.
Incredible.
Dead, gone.
Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell.
Her rosettes, because, dear listeners, if you don't know, Black Panthers are related to jaguars and cheetahs. They still have those same rosettes. They're just usually not as visible. Right now with Tamsin, like, just riding high and playing this flute, like, her rosettes are like this iridescent, like, green and purple. Like, it's this shimmer that's, like, waving over her. And she, like, sees that they're all dead and is like, kind of stops playing, and the rosette's kind of dull, and she leans in. Are you guys good? But
Hey, you okay?
you good, big guy? But
Jeez. Yeah. This is insane. Alright. Whitney, you see pretty much all of this happen. So what are you doing next? You're in the claw machine. You can get out pretty easily. You see Putrid fly by, you see Direct go by, and Lucian is probably like just in front of you.
Alright, I'm gonna stealth and follow Putrid.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
That is a 25.
Ooh.
Okay.
I am the
Yeah,
knight. I'm
so-
in my element finally.
Yes.
you are liquid shadow, bitch.
Yeah, so you go ahead and stealth super easily. The Chain Devil guards are, once again, not paying anyone other than Putrid any mind. But even if they wanted to, they could not see you. So you go ahead and head that way. But because you're stealthing, you are moving slightly slower. With the 25, I won't say you're moving half speed, but still, you can't keep up to Putrid. But apparently nobody can. Direct also cannot keep up with Putrid. But you know the direction he's heading, and you're all headed that way. Tamsin, now that you've cleared the area, are you also heading in here?
Yeah, Tamsin's just gonna lock on to big guy, and like she has dark vision as well, so she's just gonna dash to catch up with Direct.
So we're all heading in. So we're passing through. Putrid is going by the like.
Oh, sorry, I should have said that she put her flute and the bumblebee bag back on.
Okay, cool. So that is just like your backpack now. Got it.
I'm so upset. This is gross.
I can't wait
Yes,
for the
it is
redesigns of all of our
gross.
characters.
So everybody is heading in there. Putrid goes flying by the various different areas. And Direct, you can see visible, like, worry, nervousness. Putrid is a ball of nerves probably all the time, but now especially because he knows that he's in trouble. And you see there's a very familiar sense of, like, what being in trouble means, which is not meant to be a good thing.
Yeah.
So Putrid is looking to hide. And Putrid goes into one of the side corridors here of this giant play place called the Demented Mirror Maze.
Oh
Oh my god.
And the Chain Devil guards who are just ahead of you see this and also run in. Direct, what do you do?
I have to follow. Tamsin told Direct that he's got to protect Putrid, and so that's what he's got to do.
Okay.
Oh god.
So we're gonna take this one at a time then. Winter is here at Bath of Body Works, and we're celebrating with our new heinous holiday collection. Looking for the perfect stocking stuffer? What fits better in a stocking than the candy cane flavored severed leg? Need a unique tree topper this year? Add an infernal flair to your tree with your choice of disembodied head. We have such classics as Bloody Saint Nick, Ruptured Rudolph, and Scrooge on a Skewer. And no holiday is complete without one of our signature carcass candles, available in our sweet seasonal scents such as hot cocoa and hag breath, pumpkin spice and brimstone, and of course, plain peppermint. We've got every depraved decoration you could ever need to deck the hells, so come on down to Bath of Body Works, where we will bathe you in savings and blood. So, Direct, you run into the Demented Mirror Maze. So this is like a, I think it's called like a mirror maze, right? That's what those are actually called?
Yeah.
So this is a full-on one of those. Direct, go ahead, give me let's do survival check. I feel like survival makes sense.
Survival, okay. Maybe that one.
It's also a wisdom-based skill, so I'm not super confident.
Hey, but I have proficiency in it, so I have a +1.
Yay!
Right, that's a 13.
Okay, that's not too bad. So you know the best thing to do in this place is to like have your hands out in front of you and to like feel around, right?
Yeah.
You know that this is like, full on like reflections and stuff. Not only is this place a mirror maze, it's a mirror maze in hell, and it's called the Demented Mirror Maze. So with a survival check that good, you know to kind of be on your guard. Where are you keeping your big unicorn plushie?
I've got it under an arm right now.
Cool. So while you're making your way through, in the reflections, you see visible magic pulsing off of the unicorn plushie.
Oh, okay.
As you get deeper into the Demented Mirror Maze, you begin to see it's designed to look like the mirrors as you get deeper in are getting more and more like jagged and broken, and some of them even have like spikes of glass coming out of them that will physically hurt you if you touch them. And I'm gonna say, just so that we all know, it's not gonna deal regular damage if you touch them.
Cute.
So anyway,
Makes sense.
Direct, with that being said, what are you going to do? Because you can't, at a certain point, you're so deep in here, you can't be touching the mirrors. But I will say, you can hear Putrid. You can hear his, like, nervous, like, cry, scream, like, oh my god, stay away from me! No! Save me! So what do you do?
This is what I think I do, and you can tell me if it's bullshit.
I won't.
Little bit of backstory. Direk was one of the top fighters of his age group in his clan, and as a result of being the top, they were bestowed gifts by Ilnaval via their clergy. And for Direk, the clergy were particularly concerned that his kind heart would cloud his judgment, and that would be a place where Ilnaval could serve him the most. And so they asked Ilnaval to help him see clearly. How that ended up specifically manifesting is that Direk has blind sight. So the clergy weren't going for a particularly literal request when they asked for aid in his vision, but who were they to question Ilnaval's will? And so Direk, I think, realizing he's starting to get claustrophobic, he can hear Putrid, there's all these things happening, and he closes his eyes, and he takes a deep breath, and he just lets his surroundings come to him in his mind. And so he keeps his eyes closed, and starts to move in the direction of Putrid.
Go ahead, make another survival check, this time with advantage.
Okay.
That's my boy.
That's an 18 plus 1 is a 19.
Awesome. So, Direct, closing your eyes, you are forced to rely on your other senses. I'm going to say your oven mitts, because they are also magical and created. They are formed out of angelic feathers. They kind of help keep you at bay from like the spiky bits of the mirrors. You hear a very familiar humming sound. The sweet humming of the lemonade dispensers. That is all you hear and nothing else. The sound of Putrid crying and screaming and being nervous fades away as what sounds like the lemonade dispensers get louder, and it lulls you into a state of peacefulness. And as that happens, you recall the feelings of content, the feelings of happiness and optimism you once had working at Hot Dog on a Stick back at the Ornfine Mall, and how that made you more yourself than you could ever be here in hell. Sadly, though, what all of this means, thinking about where you are now, the life that you've been forced to lead, only makes things that much harder. Direct, make a wisdom saving throw.
Direct,
Oh no! Oh no!
5 minus 1.
You start full crying.
Oh no.
Nobody else sees. This is like an outsider view, what the camera or the audience sees. Direct is completely encased by mirrors. There's no way in and there's no way out. Alright, so next up, I think it would be, I'm gonna have Lucian, Whitney, and Tamsin all make perception or investigation checks. Your preference.
I don't think I'm emotionally ready to do anything. I'm so sad!
I feel like I preference this entire experience with a lot of, like, we're gonna be getting into this,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
emotionally,
Okay.
there would be...
21.
I got a nat 20!
Yeah!
Oh yes!
My dice are working again! Thank you!
So let's see. That's a 16.
Okay, cool. So, Whitney, what did you get?
Oh, I got a 21.
21 for Whitney. Whitney, you are going to be the first to spot where Putrid went. So you stealthily speed along into there, and you go ahead and get in there. Can you make a survival check for me?
Would I have made a map of this maze in my time here?
You actually can't. You tried. There was one night where you tried to make a map of it, and you barely got out. What?
Nat 20.
Yes!
Yeah! Fuck!
Good!
Ooh. Okay, cool.
Maybe I did make a map.
So, I'm gonna
Maybe
say
you did!
the map you had when you were here before, you tried to make it and you couldn't. Like, you literally mapped out your route and you were like, this doesn't make sense. Like, none of this. It's all like a bunch of zigzags and crosses. Looking at your map here, you notice its reflection in one of the mirrors. And it looks like a perfect detailed map of how to get in and out.
Oh, that's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, you can go ahead and use that to make your way through. You're also going to be hearing, like I said, Putrid and his little cries and the scared sounds and stuff. And like, somebody come help, quick! They're catching up to me! You also notice mirrors are getting more jagged and spiked. And it's just becoming a way less, like, safe environment to be in. But your map is really helping you avoid. You don't even have to, like, reach out or touch anything because you know exactly where the mirrors are.
4 steps this way.
That being said,
5 steps this way.
you still have to look at the map. You still have to look at the mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking at the mirrors, you notice that same thing you noticed before, a long, long time ago. Your reflection is broken and cracked. Not the mirrors, your reflection. Your claw hand does not appear in the mirror.
I was
Your
going to
old
ask.
hand does.
Then I tried touching the mirror with my metal claw.
Oh, God. Yeah, go ahead. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I was gonna say, when the DM says, oh god, you know we are really truly fucked.
Right, or when they're like, you can certainly try.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
nope,
Yeah.
nope, I don't want to. I changed my mind. I don't want to anymore.
Never mind.
That is a 14.
So with a 14, you put your claw hand onto a mirror, you put it just with a little bit too much pressure, and it floats into the mirror. Sticking your claw hand in there feels like putting your hand in water.
Pull it back. It's like, eh.
You pull it back out, and it's your old hand.
What?
And then
I kind of like the claw
your
hand
old
better.
hand goes to choke you. Your old hand grabs onto your neck, and you're a gemstone kobold, correct, Whitney?
Oh god.
Yes.
Your neck, you can feel it cracking.
Can I cut off the hand with the laser?
Go ahead and give me an attack roll with disadvantage, because
You have to hit
disadvantage
your
at
own
range.
AC. Oh my god.
Oh. Izzy really is working through some stuff, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a modified 20. So that breaks my AC easily.
So yeah, you can break off the hand, but it doesn't fall off like it did when it was cut off by the penis knife. It it cracks, and underneath is your claw hand,
Is it still attacking, or?
No.
Okay.
It's fine. You're fine. So, you take a breath, you relax. Oof, that was bad. I am going to need you to take 8 points of damage.
That's fair. I cut off my own hand.
Certainly fucking fair.
Yeah.
And then you are going to look up at the mirror, and you are going to see Whitney Gemstone in the mirror. Dressed in your pantsuit, with your nice little bolo tie, regular-ass hands.
I shoot her.
With?
My laser. Like, angle it so in case it bounces it doesn't hit me.
Okay, go ahead. Make another wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
What is Whitney hiding from us?
That is a 5?
You go to shoot her, and it goes into the mirror, you miss, and you shoot the Dragon Mother. Whitney, who exactly is the Dragon Mother?
The Dragon Mother is the dragon that hatched me, that I still serve to this day as Cassis, because I am just a kobold in service to my queen, and I was handpicked by her to invade the humanoid world and just steal things for her. Whitney Gemstone is not real.
Whitney, or should I call you Cassis now?
Cassis, yes. My actual name.
Cassis, the gem hand that you broke off, pops out from another mirror behind you with full, like, you can see the pantsuit, like the sleeves of it, and they grab you from the mirror behind you, and you feel about a dozen other Whitney Gemstone hands grabbing you from all the other mirrors, pulling you into the mirrors.
We gon' die
What do you do?
here. We gon' die.
Don't fucking die, guys.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Can
We
I,
don't have a healer. Oops, no healers.
Yeah, can I, like, try and cut off the hands or something and, like, pull away?
Honestly, even if there's too many, you couldn't. You know what? I'll give you a chance. Make a strength saving throw.
Okay, my -3 stat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on, nat 20.
Yeah.
So that's an 11.
No, you
No?
can't get
No,
away.
That doesn't do it? An 11 doesn't?
Nope.
Okay.
Sure.
So you were pulled into the mirror by a dozen other Whitney Gemstones. And in the mirror, you no longer, in this mirror world, you no longer see, like, there's not, like, a reflection or, like, a mirror of the mirror maze. It's gone. You're fully in it, and you're just in the den of the Dragon Mother. Surrounded by kobolds who are all Whitney Gemstone. In your mind, you hear a whisper from the Dragon Mother. And Whitney Gemstone, Cassis, whoever, it doesn't matter. The Dragon Mother does not care. And she never did. Cassis was not handpicked to do anything. Cassis has no specialty in the Dragon Mother's mind. She is just another pawn in the game. And Cassis knows this to be true.
Cassis just sits down. This is her one mission in life, and it's a lie. She has no will to do anything. That's it.
Once again, the audience sees Cassis sitting in the middle of a circle of mirrors, no way in, no way out, crying. So next up is Tamsin. Tamsin, girl, what you doing?
Oh, God.
You saw Putrid fly into the demented mirror maze. What's up with you? Go ahead.
And she was dashing after Derek. So, I mean, she obviously, like, put him on this path, so she's going in after him.
Don't do it.
Why not?
Listen, this is gonna be the trauma episode. We just have to, like, that's just a hard pill to
Listen.
swallow.
You gotta work through that.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's got to go in there, so I have to
Mhm.
make the first survival roll.
Yeah, go ahead and make that survival check.
A 13.
A 13?
13.
Okay, well that could be way worse. We're gonna
It could
say
be substantially worse.
Tamsin. So you go ahead, you rush in here with a 13 survival. I think Tamsin is the type who literally just is like there's no time. There's
not.
somebody-
Like, literally, she has dual horns.
Mhm.
Somebody needs her, so
Mhm.
she's, like, head tucked. so that like horns give her at least a level of protection. She has finally, after a year of having these fucking horns, learned how to like accommodate and know like where things are around her. So she's just kind of tucking and running, and like so she's looking through her brow and just kind of charging.
Yeah, perfection. Love to see it. You're smashing through the mirrors. You're breaking that glass ceiling. You're getting through there.
Get it.
Girl boss!
She's got somewhere to be. She's the hero that we need.
The hero you need, but you definitely deserve a better one.
For real. And we're all about to learn why.
Oh no.
Oh god!
Tamsin, you break through, let's say, like 4 mirrors. And then you break through like 8 mirrors, and then 20 mirrors, 40 mirrors. Like, I think at a certain point you realize, like, it doesn't feel like you're getting any further. Unlike everybody else, you don't know this, but like, for us, Tamsin isn't running into any of those jagged mirrors. She's not running into anything. Like, she's not getting deeper into the maze, which doesn't make sense because you're just running in a straight line. So, at what point does Tamsin decide to like stop and look up?
She like probably breaks through like 3 more, and then she stops and she looks up, and like she's taking in her surroundings, and like this doesn't make sense. Like, she's running in a straight line, so she should have either run into a wall or run into someone else by now. Like, this just doesn't make sense. So she's kind of like,
when you look up to take in your surroundings don't look like they did. You're not surrounded by mirrors. This is just an empty void, completely black and desolate of anything, except for the shards of glass behind you. You see a long, practically endless road of broken glass. And each one of those has reflections of people who work at the mall. In the shard closest to you, you see Derek, and you see his current being, scared and sad and crying alone in the mirror maze.
She like picks up the shard very gingerly and is like, I'm so sorry. She's gonna like put that shard in her backpack, and she just doesn't know what to do. There should be something to do. There should be some sort of path. Like, why isn't there fucking anything?
Can you make a perception check?
Yeah.
With advantage.
Okay. My perception is +0, but that's fine because I got a 19.
Once you look up, the Ornfine Mall is right there. Like, the doors to the Ornfine Mall that you went through that day to come into work is right there. The pigeons that you scared away are right there at your feet. One of them is currently on fire.
She casts Ray of Frost at the flaming bird to just like put it out as a cantrip.
Yeah, I guess, sure.
Why did I get a nat 20 on that? I hate that.
Yes.
That wasn't the goal.
So, I think with that, Tamsin begins to sense not a pattern, the pattern. Tamsin realizes everything she's seeing here is broken and it's her fault. All the shards of glass, that is completely her. The bird, whether it's on fire or frozen and smashed into pieces, it's her. The Ornfine Mall is gone, and it's in front of her, mocking her, and that's her fault. By extension, Derek's anguish that he's currently in is her fault. And this is the truth, because Tamsin now knows that day that she went into work and got upset at that customer and told her that I'm the manager, the mall descended into hell because Tamsin lost her cool.
She just kind of sinks to her knees and is like trying to mumble a lullaby that Galinda used to sing to her when she was upset. And she's trying to like call back the good memories of Galinda, but everything is taking this slant, and every hateful thing that foster parents ever said to her about her being unlucky, about her being savage and feral and a bad child, and all of these things are just flooding her so much that she can't even string together two thoughts that might comfort her, and she's just fully lost it and just keeps muttering, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
And as you are sitting against the door of the Orange Fine Mall, it's a two-door. The door that you're not sitting on opens, and you feel a hand rest on your shoulder, and your rosette's alight. Do you look up?
Yeah, like the light from her rosettes would have hit her eyes and she would feel that. And like, but it's not just a look up, like it's a defensive, like cat stance of like, she was on her knees and now she's like on all fours, like looking up at whoever that was that just touched her.
And you see Galinda.
Oh no!
Lucian!
No! You cannot
It's
just
your
leave it like
turn.
that! Oh my god! I am not ready.
How does Lucian, I'm gonna say, Lucian hears Putrid cry out for help. Specifically say, Satan! Satan, help me! How does Lucian go into the mirror maze?
He yells, "Hold on, Putrid! I'm coming! I'm on my way!" And I think he's just gonna run straight in.
So you run straight in, you don't make a survival check. There are no mirrors in here.
That's kind of possibly a good thing, because I was a little bit worried, because you know what Lucian is like with shiny objects? Like, reflective objects? I was like, he's just run in and just, like, get sidetracked. What is in the room? What's in here?
You see Putrid, like, on the floor, and there are chain darts encroaching on him. Not, like, super slowly, but not, like, speeding at him. What do you do?
I take it my Mole Satan costume only allows me to cast Charm Person on one lesser devil, isn't it?
I think it actually specifies multiple. You cast Charm Monster at 6th level.
Shit.
You use it. So
damn.
that is how many? I think that's 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 1 additional creature for each spell slot above 4th.
Okay.
So that's 3 creatures.
Okay, I mean, I only get one chance to use this, but fuck it. Putrid's in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's an automatic DC of 17. Let me roll the dice. I got a 3.
Fuck his shit! Fuck his shit!
So Lucian walks up and says, "You lesser devils, what do you think you're doing?"
They just respond in like infernal, like.
Don't just stand there making excuses. You've clearly got the wrong imp. Get out of here.
And they get out of there. They run straight out of the door.
Okay,
Oh my
I'm gonna crouch down in front of Putrid and say, "Hello, little imp. It's okay. You're safe now."
Putrid unfurls and like looks up very like cautiously and scared. Lucian, you can tell that Putrid has gotten his hopes up before, has been like lied to before by someone else of like, you can trust me. And so he looks at you and he starts crying blood from his eyes, and he sees you and his little ears go up, and then he flitters away. He backs up, and as he backs up, he's doing it very slowly, and he only gets about like 5 feet, and then he bumps into a mirror. You look at the mirror, and you see you, Lucian, without the helmet, and you know Putrid sees the same thing. You're not Satan. Who are you?
Sometimes we pretend to be people that we're not. Not to hurt anybody, but just to protect ourselves. You understand that, right, Putrid? I'm not Satan, but everything else I have told you is the truth. You can trust me.
I need you to make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Double nat 20s? Come on.
Come on, just crit twice. You
I
got
believe
it.
it. I believe in you.
You got
Okay,
it.
so I got 11 twice. And
What's your modifier?
that's a 2 18s.
Oh my god! Yeah!
Come through narrative rolls.
Putrid flies up to you around your mane and cushions himself in there and holds you, and when you go to hold him, you feel there's no fight, there's no fear, nothing. Full embrace.
Let's get out of here. We'll find somewhere better for you, I promise.
Okay. What about them? And you see Tamsin, Durek, and what you know as Whitney crying, just full, on the floor.
Just in, what, right in front of me?
They're in this, big, it's just like a room to you, is what this Demented Mirror Maze is. It's just a full-on, big playroom. It's completely empty other than that one mirror, and then your party members just laying there, except for Tamsin, who you can't actually see, but you are sure she's there because you can see her tail.
In the room with me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I think I'm probably gonna approach Whitney first and be like, Gem girl, is everything all right?
Cassis, you know it's Lucian's voice when Lucian calls out to you, and you just you're just here in this room now.
I think Cassis is just completely broken. Just looks up kind of blank-faced. Sees Lucian, but just kind of looks through him and just reaches into her backpack and hands all the blueprints and maps of how to get out of the mall and how to get into Penny Pincher's office to get the souls, and then just goes back to sitting there and staring at the ground.
Okay. Direct, right? You, the hot dog hellhound man. What about you? Why are you crying?
I think that he's kind of had his head buried in the unicorn plushie, has just been kind of crying into it, and he hears the voice and just oh. And he looks around and he's there's just clearly tears and snot running down his face, and he's clenching onto the unicorn and he's looking around, and suddenly there's no mirrors around him, and he looks at you and registers that you've asked why he's crying about the same time that he's registered that he's crying. And he just goes, I don't know, but it hurts. And then just kind of snuggles down to the unicorn a little more.
Gosh, this really isn't my department. Scary, intimidating cat lady, is that you?
Tamsin, you do not hear Lucian's voice. And Tamsin, you notice, is she's laying on the floor in the similar way that the other ones were, Lucian, but Tamsin is not heaving. But you can tell, just looking at her, that she was crying. She's not anymore. And Tamsin, back where you are, you recognize a familiar face who has given you a very comforting feeling. And you feel a lot of the anxiety and that that upset feeling of feeling like you've ruined so much, and that everybody who told you that you were ruining things, all of that, whether you feel it or not, isn't the primary feeling you have right now.
Yeah. For backstory, the listeners, Tamsin, lived her life as a tabaxi and didn't become a tiefling until descending into hell. Wasn't aware of that parentage, but she was an orphan and bounced around the foster care system until she was 14. By the time she was 14, she went to live with a darling little halfling woman named Galinda, who was incredibly patient and kind and was the first person to not expect anything out of her immediately, to not expect affection or warmth. She knew that, this was a young girl who was very wounded and mistrustful for her own reasons, for very good reasons. And she took the time to let Tamsin develop that bond and get to feel comfortable. And it wasn't until Tamsin's 16th birthday that Galinda came to her with adoption papers to ask if it was okay if she adopted her, and to ask if she wanted to be with her forever. And she, of course, said yes. It was the happiest she'd ever been. And Galinda got her into the monastery to help her channel her anger and channel her hurt and kind of control all of that. And because of Galinda, she was able to go to school, go to college. But before Tamsin's senior year, or in the middle of, Galinda died. And Tamsin had to go and make the arrangements, and Galinda left her, what money she was able to save and the house that they had lived in. But Tamsin couldn't juggle the utilities and things on the house, the hurt, the anger, the grief that she was feeling, and go to school. So she dropped out and started working at the mall, and that's where she's been since then. And as comforted as she is to see Galinda here, she's also so scared because, and she looks at Galinda like recognizing, and like for a second she lets that relief and that comfort and that familiarity wash over her. And then she's immediately scared. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be in this place. You don't belong here. I belong here. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be okay.
And she puts her hand behind your ear, and she completely ignores the horns. In fact, you feel the way she used to do it, she used to just rub your head like how you would like a cat. No horns. She goes to rub your head and fully phases through your horns. They're non-existent to her. And she pets the back of your neck and she says, "Oh, darling, neither one of us is supposed to be here. You can get yourself out and I'll come with you."
Tamsin fully reverting into halfling, because she's just speaking halfling with Galinda now, and is talking to her. "No, Mama, you're not. You can't come with me. You have to go back. You can't come down here for me. I have to be a big girl now. You can't do this. It's not fair."
Tamsin, you realize this, while it looks like Galinda and it feels like Galinda, this isn't her as much as it is your memory of her. And that's why she's with you. And she tells you that. She tells you, "I'm not really your mother, but I am what you remember of her. And I love you just the same as she did. And that's why I know that you can get yourself out of here. You can get all of us out of here. You just have to trust in..." And she points at the door, and on the other side of the door, you see Lucian and Whitney, as you know, and Derek, just kind of like where they are now. And so she just points back at you. You have to trust all of them, especially yourself.
Tamsin holds Galinda's hands, and she kind of bends down, because Galinda's significantly shorter than her as to Maxie. And she kind of kneels down and presses her forehead to Galinda's forehead, the way a cat kind of boops you. And she just nuzzles her for a moment. Just the leftover tears are dropping at this point. She's not actively crying anymore. She's calmed down. And she just, in halfling, that she hasn't spoken in so long, and at some part of her, it feels right to be speaking it again. And she just says, "Thank you, Mama," and turns around, and before going through the door, looks back at her one last time, and then goes through.
Lucian, you see Tamsin just kind of sits up very calmly, on her own, sits up with her back against the mirror. And as you, sit up and you touch the mirror falls over and it breaks. And that's the end of the episode.
Damn.
Oh my god. Jason, emotional processing of that one. Oh my god.
Hello, listeners. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Employees Be Damned. Look forward to new episodes every other week as we follow our imprisoned employees through this infernal adventure. Make sure to follow Brain Adventures on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for listening, and have a happy holidays.